Okay, so you've been hearing lots of talk about inflation, and MSNBC recently had what I would call a mask off moment, basically showing you who they are and what they believe in. They're talking about this new infrastructure package that was passed and workers' wages and jobs and inflation. It's a shit show. I want you to watch the elitism that just oozes out of these people, specifically a woman. I believe her name is Stephanie Rule. I've criticized her in the past. Take a look at this video. I'm going to play two videos, actually, both of them in succession. It's absolutely disgusting. Please watch this.
Yeah, Senator Manchin has, as you note, Willie, been pretty consistent on this, worried about inflation, and yesterday went on to say, as he's done before, that this reconciliation, the $1.75 trillion package that had passed, that is currently now being worked on in Congress, should be delayed. He thinks it should be paused and pushed into 2022, perhaps after some of these inflation worries decrease. Now, the administration, at least so far, they don't want to do that. And President Biden spent a lot of time yesterday in a speech in Baltimore that was meant to just sort of celebrate the passage of the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which he will sign into law on Monday. But instead, the event was sort of hijacked by these inflation concerns, by the consumer price, the CPI report put out earlier in the day. And he acknowledged the prices are too high. He ticked through them: gas, food, milk, whatever it might be. Says, look, Americans are paying too much. He did say that help was on the way, that he believes that, in fact, these federal investments will help ease inflation because it will, for instance, investments in ports, help reduce supply chain issues. But he also acknowledged that's going to be some time.
Okay, but hold on. This whole argument they're making, we're going to make these huge investments, we're going to create these jobs. Great. Who's going to fill them? We've got millions of open jobs right now that people aren't taking. Why do you suddenly believe a whole new crop of people that we've never heard of are going to run to take these jobs?
The argument the president made is that these are going to be better paying jobs, that they'll be able to. And he certainly acknowledges union workers. We know this is part of his political ethos. He fancies himself a union man and supports them every turn. He said yesterday these won't be $14 an hour jobs. They'll be $45 an hour jobs. Now, we'll see. He also did acknowledge, though, this is going to take time, that there's money. It's shovels in the ground. Some of these projects can get going right away. Others will take longer. But it does, as a final point here, underscores the White House the growing concern that inflation, especially ahead of the holidays, is a real political crisis. That I was talking to White House aides, we've talked about it on the show, Joe, over the summer, who acknowledged in the distance, like, hey, inflation is going to be a thing. We're worried about this. But they thought it was further down the horizon. And they did not immediately roll out a plan to combat it. And now we are seeing it move to the forefront, even as they do try to get the larger reconciliation bill passed.
We don't have enough people to fill our current jobs. And this argument, there are going to be jobs at higher wages. Higher wages are one of the contributing factors to inflation.
Oh my God. Workers are going to get more money. Wow. I mean, she's just flabbergasted. Did you see her face in disbelief there when she was hearing it? As if it was almost disgusting. I'm sure it was. Oh my God, the workers, the slaves, the fucking peasants, they're going to get more money? You mean instead of making $15 an hour, they're going to make $25? Are you kidding me? They deserve that? Man, oh man, I got to tell you, this is absolutely amazing. Let's get into this. So they're talking about jobs there. And she goes on, and the guy's talking about how this new infrastructure bill is going to promote job growth, I assume. And she says, well, who's going to fill these jobs that this new infrastructure bill is going to create? I have an answer for you, Miss Stephanie. The people that want them. If there are jobs offering $15 an hour and nobody wants to take the job, and then that comes around, oh, okay, we're no longer offering 15, we're offering 45. I'm just using the example that they gave in the video. I imagine that people would then go, 45 is a lot more than 15. I think I'll take that job. You want to know who's going to take those jobs, Miss Stephanie? The same people that aren't taking the jobs that are offering poverty wages. And I remind you that the federal minimum wage in this country is still $7.25. $7.25. You can't live anywhere in the country and live off of that. I mean, you can't. It's poverty wages. It's absolutely ridiculous. And here she is flabbergasted at the fact that workers could possibly be making more money by the hour. I mean, it really shows you who they are. And in that second video, she goes on to say, just state directly, and she believes it, that higher wages equals inflation. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that because workers got a little bit more money, then that automatically guaranteed prices to be raised. Is she aware of how prices are raised? Who raises prices? The employers, the people that set the prices. The employees don't raise prices themselves, especially not by getting paid more money. Absolutely ridiculous what's happening right now. And this is happening at a time where we have strikes going on everywhere across the country. Kellogg's, John Deere. I mean, workers are standing up fighting for more. And then you have scumbags like this on TV cringing at the fact that regular people, us, could be making a little bit more cash. I have an idea. How about, since workers making more money creates an inflation, how about we cut your salary? The salary that you get to sit on TV and bloviate like a dumbass. How about we cut your salary? How much money do you make a year? I'm sure it's over 6 figures. How about we cut your fucking salary since nobody watches your bullshit anyway? Your salary and everybody else that was on that panel. How about we go across every mainstream media news station and cut all their salaries and then give the money that's left over to the people that actually deserve it? That sounds like a fantastic idea. If you can't tell, she's thoroughly pissed me off. You know, this is a woman that I've criticized in the past that honestly never has anything decent to say. You know, she's an enemy to anybody that considers themselves a progressive. It's absolutely insane to insist, because, you know, there's this supposed labor shortage going on right now. And to insinuate that, oh, well, people don't want to take the job at McDonald's flipping burgers for $8 an hour, but you think they'll come in and take the job that's offering $30? Yeah, I think they would, because that's what motivates them. More money to take care of themselves and their family if they do have them, and most of them do. This is MSNBC, man. Absolutely disgusting.